There are fewer than 400 Humboldt martins living in the wild. Center for Biological Diversity contributed, "Don't let the furry face of the Humboldt martin fool you, it's not harmless. The little creatures, who live in dense old-growth forests along the north coast, are about as docile as pit bulls," according to Tiara Curry, a senior scientist with the Center for Biological Diversity. But threats from cannabis grows, timber harvest and other larger species put the martin's survival at risk. And with fewer than 400 surviving in the wild, the California Fish and Game Commission is set to determine whether they deserve protection under the California Endangered Species Act. That decision will be made August 23 at the group's monthly meeting, in Fortuna. They're supercute and superferocious, and they deserve our help, Curry said. Ad Choice Advertising and Red, invented by TEADS, the Center for Biological Diversity, partnered with the Arcata-based Environmental Protection Information Center to petition the state for the endangered listing. A status review made available Thursday from the California Department of Fish and Wildlife says that listing is warranted. The agency found that without protections afforded by the California Endangered Species Act, the continued existence of the Humboldt martin is in serious danger, the review states. The animal is currently designated a California species of special concern, but that does not ensure protection, because it is not regulatory. For decades, the Humboldt martin was believed to be extinct, until it was rediscovered in 1996 in Six Rivers National Forest. The carnivorous animals are about the size of a house cat, but with a long, weasel-like body. There are currently 2 distinct populations in Northern California and 2 populations in Southern Oregon. Each of the 4 groups number less than 100 species, Curry said, and none interact with each other. In Oregon, she said, trapping of the Humboldt martins is still legal, something that was outlawed in California in 1946. Like minks, who are related biologically, Humboldt martins are valued for their furs. Human activity nearly drove the martin to extinction. Tom Wheeler, executive director of EPIC, said in a statement. Because of the martin's rediscovery, we were given another shot to save the Humboldt martin. We can't blow it this time. We owe it to future generations, and to the Humboldt martin. Rob DePerna, EPIC's California forest and wildlife advocate, said there are various ongoing threats to the Humboldt martin population. What is believed to be a Humboldt martin is seen in June 1996 in Six Rivers National Forest, California. AP photo, U.S. Forest Service. Small isolated populations combined with toxic exposure from cannabis or logging and roads threaten survival, he said. Many of those things can drive them into areas where predation becomes a problem, like bobcats. Vehicle collisions are also a very real concern where they are trying to get from one undisturbed area to another. The historic range of the martin is dramatically smaller today than what it was a century ago. It used to be found from the northwestern part of Sonoma County north to Oregon's Curry County. In California, over the last 25 years Humboldt martins have only been detected in Del Norte, northern Humboldt, and extreme western Siskiyou counties, suggesting a range reduction greater than 93%, the CDFW status review states. Protections are granted in California, those protections become immediate. It prohibits people from taking martins, catching them or harming them, said Dan Appleby, an environmental scientist with the CDFW and someone who worked on the status review. For businesses that have plans for Humboldt martin habitat, this means more environmental review. We would want to make sure any action such as a timber harvest plan or a road project doesn't harm martins, Appleby said. Curry said that an update on the federal status could come in September, a process that originally began in 2010. She said that the change in administration between then and now might not mean bad news for the Humboldt marten protections. For a lot of species, we've seen the Trump administration make bad decisions, she said. For this species, the Obama administration threw it under the bus. But the science is really clear. It's endangered. She added that even if the Humboldt marten is given the okay to be added to the waiting list of endangered species, it might take decades before its official designation. 42 species have gone extinct on the candidate list. Curry said, the determination is expected to be made at a California Fish and Game Commission meeting set for August 23 at the River Lodge in Fortuna. A time for the meeting is not yet set nor is an agenda available, but it will be open to the public. An email seeking comment from a local Fish and Game Commission member was not returned by the publishing deadline. AD Quality Auto 360p 720p 1080p. You might also like 1 o'clock how Toshiba is shaping a connected world. Toshiba APAC, the world's most beautiful waterfalls to visit. Photos, far and wide. Find fixed income opportunities in Asia now. Allianz Global Investors most beautiful train ride across Scotland. And TUC Income, insurance provider in Singapore. Take a look at Osaka's culinary scene. Intercontinental hotels, aquariums, ocean. Little day out. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle not afraid to show. MercuryNews.com. Miss Manners, truly horrible odor, spoils movie. MercuryNews.com. Is Tom Arnold teaming with Cohen to bring down Trump? MercuryNews.com recommended by